Hi, Mark Mix here, President of the National Right to Work Foundation. I want to update you on an important case at the National Labor Relations Board that was recently won by Foundation staff attorneys on behalf of a group of Pennsylvania hospital employees. The NLRB issued a decision overturning a regional director's decision forcing employees at Lehigh Valley Hospital-Schuylkill East in Pennsylvania under the so-called representation of the Service Employees International Union bosses, even though the workers opposed the union and rejected an SEIU organizing drive targeting them earlier. National Right to Work Foundation staff attorneys represented a group of employees in the case, providing free legal assistance to hospital employees challenging the regional director's ruling. The 160 hospital workers were not given a choice whether or not to be placed under SEIU monopoly bargaining power. In 2016, employees at Schuylkill East completely rejected SEIU's officials' attempts to unionize their workplace, with SEIU organizers failing to even file a petition for an election, which would require the signatures of 30% of hospital workers. Meanwhile, employees at the nearby separate facility, Schuylkill South, have been unionized for several decades. But neither SEIU organizers nor NLRB officials have ever produced evidence of Schuylkill East employees' desire for any kind of a union representation. Nevertheless, in October 2017, NLRB Regional Director Dennis Walsh ordered that the Schuylkill East workers should be forced into the slightly larger Schuylkill South monopoly bargaining unit, citing the NLRB's so-called accretion policy. Under this policy, the workers at Schuylkill East were never given a vote, but were added into the existing unionized bargaining unit, forcing them into union ranks against their will. Walsh previously had been suspended without pay by the NLRB following an Inspector General's investigation into Walsh for using his position with the NLRB to solicit contributions to a scholarship fund from union officials with cases at the Labor Board. Reports indicate that the SEIU was one of the unions that made payments to Walsh's fund. With assistance from their National Right to Work Foundation staff attorneys, the employees then requested review of the regional director's decision at the NLRB in Washington, D.C., which has now overturned Walsh's decision, freeing the workers from the SEIU forced dues ranks. This ruling is a much-needed victory for workers over a shameful power grab aided and abetted by a demonstrably partisan regional director who only a few years ago was suspended for his pro-union conduct that violated NLRB ethics rules. The unanimous board decision overturning the regional director's order is evidence of just how radical the accretion in this case was and how the accretion doctrine undermines the premise of the National Labor Relations Act, which supposedly is based on the idea that workers have a say in whether or not they want to be unionized. The National Right to Work Foundation remains committed to defending the rights of workers like those in the Lehigh Valley who have been bullied by union bosses. Foundation staff attorneys litigate more than 250 cases every year, including dozens at the NLRB. If you have been victimized by big labor, you can seek free legal assistance from the National Right to Work Foundation. Visit www.nrtw.org to learn more.